What's up everyone? In today's video I got into a private solo lobby. Now the lobby wasn't full because it was kind of a last minute thing that I got invited to and it was only like 15 of us. But nonetheless, it made Apex so enjoyable. Let me tell you. If anyone didn't know, Apex released a solo LTM back in season 2, I believe, and it was very popular. And Apex has yet to bring it back despite all the demand for it. Now unfortunately, I never got to play in that LTM, so this was my first time being in a true solos lobby. I think Apex needs to add this, but I doubt they ever will. They think it's unhealthy for the game. People will scream it's a team game and it's not meant to be played in the solo environment. But if I'm being straight up here, more times than not, if you solo queue, you are a solo. The only difference is you're not going against other solos, you're going against duos or 3 stacks. And that is way more unhealthy for the game than a true one-on-one environment. Most times, it's just flat out not possible to win in a lot of those situations that you're put in as a solo, especially with Bloodhound being in the meta and these 3 stacks just aping you because you're a solo. We all know you need some isolation when it comes to winning in a 1v3 or a 1v2, otherwise it just ain't gonna happen. And solos is a true test of how good people actually are. And to be honest, it would accommodate the large portion of the player base who has no one to play with at all times, or just wants to chill out solo and see how they can match up against other solos. The no-fill option they added in Season 8 is a complete joke, and here's why. Not only is it way too unbalanced, but it essentially broke the matchmaking for most solo queue players. For instance, if I want to solo queue duos with a teammate, I no longer get a duo teammate. It just thinks I'm going in as a no-fill. Or the no-fill is just so bugged that they can't find other solos to match with it. So duos has turned into solos but against duos, if that makes any sort of sense. And there really hasn't been any word from Respawn on this at all, which is very frustrating. And as far as trios, well, the no-fill option still affects that as well. If I duo queue with a friend and no-fill is not selected, meaning we should have a third teammate, we rarely get one at all. So I don't know what the no-fill option did to matchmaking, but it basically messed it up for the people who do solo queue. If this has been affecting your games, let me know down in the comments because I know I can't be the only one. Now I really wish Apex would just be straight up with themselves about the circumstances of the solo queue experience. If you guys solo queue in this game at all, you know it's a pretty tough time for multiple reasons. So if they want to say that going against another solo would change the player base to people only playing in the solos lobby, or other legends wouldn't be as good in the solo environment, well, they're really kind of missing one key point, and that is if you solo queue and your random teammates die and quit off drop, which happens often, then you're already put in those scenarios, except the biggest difference is you're not going against other solos, you're going against 3 stacks or 2 stacks. And that's just way more unbalanced than if you were just to fight against solos. So I just don't really get why Apex is so reluctant to add this feature for the people who want to play solo. Not to mention, it would really benefit the people who do solo queue trios. They don't have to deal with the people who want to land hot and not land with a team. Because if people are newer to the game, maybe they don't like that pace of style of play. They want to loot and figure things out. Maybe they're not ready to jump into a fight like some of the more sweaty players. So I really think it's a win-win situation, but I don't really understand why Apex won't agree to that. Or maybe they just don't see it that way. They're probably looking at a bunch of data from their end that would say that it would manipulate the player base or do something bad for the game, but to me, I just don't see it. So why don't you guys let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see a solos option added to Apex, and check out this gameplay too, because it was actually really cool. I ended up winning this game and it was got pretty sweaty at the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next upload. Peace.
something now. Activating jump drive. Recharging my shields. Tossing an arc star. Now that has to come. Throwing an arc star. Recharging shields. Jump drive in position. Recharging my shields. One squad between me and victory. Progress. All recharging shields. Jump drive out. Jump drive set. Recharging my shields. One little fight is no reason to lose your composure.